So, I was specifically telling my aunt about Jesus. You call Jesus Christ this afternoon, which is last night, or AKA Chapnel Elohim. So, Sapnel Elohim. Actually, we call it Saps. Saps. Call him Saps. And I was telling her about his coming here and where it should be. And then I was telling the children that I have a boyfriend, and they were funny. They were laughing at me, and then they were just looking at me. And while I was telling my aunt about Jesus, I'm using this name because this is what you knew, humans. But his name is Elohim. His name is Elohim. And I am Eheye. Eheieh. You call Chayot. You know, the mild of the Metatron. You know, the mild pillar of the Metatron. Tetraton, Metatrons, Hydroton, Quartaton. You know, there's 8 because Gabriel, Michael, Chabauta, and other 5 more. Say 9, like this. In one Metatron, there is Gabriel and Michael, and then the other Quadraton is Raphael and Elohim, and now it is a passing of the name, which is I am Raf and Le, and Le. And there's many things. So I was talking my auntie about heaven, and then she was mesmerized. I could tell her souls that was so excited of his coming, but her face, because she is a saint, she is a saint. My aunt is a saint because they were with me in the cross as ascents. So, and those 2 men, Barabbas and the other one, So, while I was talking to her about Chapnel Elohim, I put her on the chair, and then I sit on the floor because I only have one chair, except the other 2 wooden chairs, for the children's was sitting in there because I have the children's around me this afternoon, and they're always here with me every day, and they're playing, just always wants to be with me. So while I was talking my auntie about Elohim, she was mesmerized, and her soul was just glowing, her soul was just glowing, and her eyes was like just so pretty, just so nice to see. She really looked radiant, because behind her she's a spirit. So her mouth was like, whoa, come on, come. She was like that. Come back. And then I was pointing here and where Elohim is gonna come, or what you call Jesus Christ. You say Jesus Christ was coming in there by, I was pointing where he was coming. I said, he is coming here, and then I was explaining to her, I was describing to her how Elohim will look like, or what you call the, I would just say Elohim, Jesus, you call him that, which is, I call him Elohim. As I can reverse that, because Jesus is death, and that I can reverse from Raphael as well. Because every name humans has its meaning, and this is what you knew not. So I was explaining to her what Elohim looks like, his eyes, his face, his robe, his clothing, his garment, etc. And then his feet was burning, like a fire, burning flames, like that. And then my aunt was so lovely to look at, and then she was like, I don't mind if I said, don't worry, heaven is coming here. Heaven is coming. The heavens is coming here. I said, coming here in Mount Zion and Mount Jabal Moasa. And then she was like, as long as we don't die yet. I was laughing at her when she said, as long as we don't die yet. And then I said, my my spirit talked to her spirit, said, don't mind what the flesh say because what more important is the souls that she accepted me. She accepted me. When you say me, the truth in what I speak. She was so radiant, and I said, and then I will say that you will pass out. You will pass out, but you will wake up. You will pass out until he's here because that is what he wanted you once. You will pass out, which is those who is pure of hearts will see him. While the rest um uh, will be resurrected, but it will be until judgment already. It will be judgment already. And then while I was talking, I would say wedding. Wedding. So while I was speaking to her about his look, that Elohim was so white and just I don't call him Beut because he's the one who calls me that. And if I call him that, he gets angry because that's only for he's a man. Let's say that. So I was specifically telling my aunt how he looks like, how his feet, his eyes, his hair. I said, just so pretty, just so beautiful, just pied the beauty, And she was just like, wow. It's like, I can't wait. I said, you will see, because he's gonna be. And then the lad, the children's behind me was just listening to me, and then I was kidding aside that I said that, you think I have no boyfriend because I don't go out? And they were like, oh really, like that. And then while I was explaining to my auntie about Jesus, she was really really like there were part of her that's scared. There were part of her that is scared. I said, and then I told her that once you see him, there's nothing you do but you put your hands together if you are Messiah, or if you like, they are my offsprings. They are, when you say offsprings, like family, if you are my family, you will hold your hands together, and then you will put that by your chest, and then you will greet him with your head bowed down. While those who've been slandering me will lay their head into the floor. Will lay their head into the floor, and then that's it. The next happens to them if they accept me or not, because I will be with them. Like I said to you, he has my spirits. He has my spirits, and you slander his souls in me. You slander his souls in me because I am not anymore like they. You must, every time you slander me, you kill his spirit, his quickening, his spirits in me. That is what you do, and that's how he knew who you are yourself. That's how he knew who's been slandering me. And he's not coming to save you. Elohim is not coming to save you, humans. So my aunt was really, really like, wow, like she was really mesmerized into what I've been telling her about about Elohim or Jesus Christ, that his look, his hair, and then I told her about the angels and angels, and then she was just like excited, she was really excited to see him, and when I told her that his robe is very very like it's really nothing alike into the what you know in any of your pictures. It's nothing alike humans. It's really really as in white linen, you know, white linen, and then his feet there's I won't say coil, but it is coil, but it's like flames, you know, a flames which is every time he walk there is a sun dust that's coming out. You know, there is a sun dust that's coming out and coming out into his footsteps. But when he come here, it's depending on him what he choose because he can choose to whatever is to like this. He's coming here. He will choose the what suits to the around. You know what suits to. It's like you when you go to supermarket. You wear the what you feel like you know suits to the place. You know, and when he comes humans, it'll be really really blood bloody or what you call the death penalty. You know, it's a death penalty humans because the true uh, the true teachings humans is the Pali canon. The Pali canon, which is it's still not the Pali canon is the should have been the complete book, but they've scattered the last book about the judgment. You know, the judgment. So literally, if you put together all the religious sects, which is it comes from one Maya, the cycle of life, or what you call the Holy Spirit, or what you call the you know Jesus Christ, or what you call this Bara Jiva, or you know, many names humans. Or Bible, Bible, holy books. If you put together all the holy books, you will know the true story of Akashic. You know? Because through all the holy books humans, you'll find your answers. That you shouldn't have been touching the word of life. Instead, you should have gain knowledge of the true and listen when you listen to the wise. Learn from a new teachings, not just what you know, like the Buddhist. Usually right now it's the Hindu that has more fasting and fasting and fasting and work and work. You know, this is why some of the believers of Vishnu is free. Why? Because they are still it is we. Because you are like all religions, you only talk about your religions, but you don't practice to be embodied love within yourself, which is it's the more important to be love embodied. Because Maya or Mayat is the love of Chapnel Elohim, you call Jesus Christ. You know, when his heart was pierced, my heart too was pierced in spirit. You know, that was our spiritual wedding. And this is our spiritual and fleshly judgment. What you called wedding is the fleshly and spiritual and soul's judgments, and also it is vanishing time for the sons of man to roam around to the earth again, not being touched by the entities. You know, entities. What is the entities? This demon possessed who been preaching the word of life. You could be IBLE. You know, and when you learn something or when you are being told of a new knowledge, you don't bother learning from the wise. I don't call myself wise, but you call me wisdom. You know? It's, I'm just who I am. I speak the way I speak for, you know, I am just like my father. You got it, humans? This is why I'm called Maya, the cycler of life, or what you call the life of gods, because I've been protecting the men of Nineveh not to get touch the entities of your what you are deep within you, the beast. You know, who was full of wrath to God. Who are they? The extractations of the word of life. The lazy that didn't want to do anything because they've been believing that Jesus Christ have atoned their sins. If you read the Tripitakas or Tripitakas humans, which is Vindita or Vedanta or Upanishad or like I said, Tripitaka or Pali canon, if you read that, you will find your answers that you should have atoned your own sins through by, fasting. I could atone it for you if you accept my truth. I could give you that, whatever, because that is the symbol of Tripitakas and to the Holy Spirit or what you call Holy Bible. If you put them together, this is judgment for the end. Because there's a lot, many humans, billions have not atoned their own sins, believing that Jesus Christ have paid. Dilahara humans. That himself is, he is even, if you could just see his face, which is I could, I cannot tell you, it's only I for me to see, it is abhor humans, it is abhor belief that it's like you. Won't you not do anything when you are working? If you are in a company and you just sit there and do nothing, you think you can get things done? Yeah? It's a sample of what you call GSUS. He too himself have, he sent people to get things done. In your company, when you don't work, what would you eat? In your company, if you don't work, what would you eat? It's a symbol of the world. Believing that the name Jesus Christ could say, like that belief, you have not done anything because that becomes your belief, which is a schizophrenic disease. It's delusions. It's belief that made by Caiaphas. The souls of Caiaphas, the spirits of the Pharisees, Sadducees, Nephilims, all that, the rapists, the Satans, self-righteousness. You don't believe that God can be whoever He is, for He is the Maker. He can be whoever He wants to be through His angels. He can be whatever He wants to be through any human beings He hath made. And human self-righteousness is just the abhor.